To reserve your preferred package and sponsor the broadcast of Imam Hussein TV, kindly contact our Karbala office via WhatsApp using the number displayed on your screen.
السلام عليكم.
عليكم السلام. لا احتاج التحقيق عليك.
شنو اسمك؟ حيدر. حيدوري ما شاء الله. ايش قد عمرك؟
12.
12 ما شاء الله. هاي شنو؟
ريال.
وين حلو؟ زين.
جبل الخنجر. طير ما طير.
Yeah, he said he's here by himself. He's got no mother or father. Oh, look at Hayduri here. He's so happy with his toy. Last time he smiled like this. Who knows? Brothers and sisters, you can see the excitement here. This child may have a mental illness as well, ADHD or something like that. But here in Iraq, there's nothing to help them. There's nothing to give them service or aid them and assist them through these hard times. And on top of that, he's also an orphan. Brothers and sisters, with your donations, you can give children like this happiness, health, and education, and give them, most of all, a better future and chance at life.
Your support, their strength. Sponsor an orphan and witness the power of compassion.
Imam Hussein Charity is giving you the chance to provide food baskets for destitute and impoverished families all over Iraq and Afghanistan. Each basket costs around £30, $35 roughly, and can feed a family of 4. The food basket contains essentials such as flour, bread, tomato puree, oil. They get different spices as well, salt, pepper, even like cinnamon. You get lentils, you get different vegetables, meats, dates, tea, dried lemons, and not forgetting rice. Take advantage of this blessed month and help destitute and impoverished families. You can pay via bank transfer, PayPal, or visit us at www.imamhusseincharity.com.
Give the gift of a healthy meal to a family in need by donating to our Food Basket campaign.
Have a duty towards the preservation and the propagation of the message of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Indeed, one of the best ways to work towards the reappearance of Imam al-Mahdi ajjalallahu ta'ala farajul sharif is through promoting the values of Karbala. Imam Hussein Media Group is the only Shia television network that broadcasts globally in 5 different languages: Arabic, Farsi, Turkish, Urdu, and English. We are appealing to the lovers of Imam Hussein alayhi salam worldwide to support the channel such that it may continue its global operations. Imam Hussein Media Group is seeking 1,000 partners to pledge to a £14 contribution per month. This will allow the channel to sustain its operating costs as we continue to spread the message of Imam Hussein alayhi salam in multiple languages across the globe. You be a part of this great legacy and donate today. You can pledge in 2 ways. www.imamhussein3.tv/donate will take you direct to our donation page where you can pledge monthly. Or you can call or WhatsApp us on 0044 793 9917163. Imam Hussein TV, your gateway to Karbala.
and welcome to Ahkam SOS, the show that discusses Islamic duties and practices. Alhamdulillah, we've done our 4th fast, I believe. And inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all of your fasts, all of your amal, all of your hajat during this blessed month. This is a live show and we do take in your questions. So if you have any question you'd like to ask on any topic, please scan the QR code or send your messages to the WhatsApp number there below. The QR code will take you to the WhatsApp page. Put your questions in. We don't need to know your name. Don't need to know where you're asking from. Just anonymously put in your questions. If you're watching on Facebook Live or you're watching on YouTube, you can put your questions in the comment section. Or give us a call 0203 515 0199 if you're in the UK. And if you're outside of the United Kingdom, just call on the WhatsApp number. It's not a problem. And inshallah, we'll be able to discuss and answer your questions. I am your host, Mohsin Shah. And joining me is Sheikh Ali Ma'a. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
How are we doing today, this evening, Sheikh?
Assalamu alaikum.
Minna minkum, inshallah, Sheikhna. Sheikhna, you know, 4th of Ramadan, the first Jum'ah, the first Friday of Ramadan. There's a lot of emphasis on the Fridays of Ramadan and so forth. How was your day today, Sheikhna? Did you do anything different today?
Alhamdulillah, it's all fine. It's just the beginning of this holy month, so we have to wait and see till the mid of the holy month was the Milad, and we have, of course, Layal Qadr and Shahada as well. So we look forward, inshallah, for those nights.
Inshallah. Sheikhna, before we begin, I always ask, is there any advice that you'd like to give to our viewers? Is there anything you could help them during this month?
inshallah. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين. It's mentioned in Mafatih al-Jinan that there's a prophetic hadith or a statement about reciting this dua after each salah in this holy month. And it begins with Allahumma adkhil ala ahl al-qubur as-surur. And then there's a part of that dua which says Allahumma ashbi' kulla ja'i'a. That will Allah make the one who is hungry full, in terms of being hunger, in the state of hunger. So the word kul means everyone who's hungry to get their portion, their morsels, their food, their needs. And it didn't specify only the Shia of Ahl Bayt or the Muslims. So kul would cover everyone, even non-Muslims. So you can see how this religion is a merciful religion with a merciful prophet, Rahman al-Alameen, that the food can be provided to all people, not only the Muslims. Unlike those who shoot those who stand on in turn waiting for their food, sadly, to get some few grams of flour. They are killed because of seeking some food in this holy month for their family in this war zone and state.
Fair. Thank you very much. Sheikhna, just to let the viewers know that the phone lines are now open, and inshallah you guys can start sending in your questions. If you have any question whatsoever, the Sheikh and I will be able to discuss and answer any topic whatsoever. Just scan the QR code in the corner, or you can send it via the WhatsApp number there below, or if you're watching on Facebook Live or YouTube, just put it in the comment section and hopefully they'll send them to me on my handy iPad here. And let us begin. Sheikhna, I've got some questions from yesterday we didn't answer. Assalamu alaikum. Our imams are said to have sometimes denied their imamah publicly out of taqiyya. Would a prophet of God sent by God publicly deny he was a prophet? Is this right?
Not at all. Isa alayhi salam, in his cradle he said, Inni Abdullah atani al-kitab wa ja'alani nabiyya. From his cradle, he was born just few hours or days.
Yes.
He announced, being as a baby, that I am Allah's messenger. And I've got the book. So the prophets are prophets since they are born. Especially Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi, when there's a hadith which says that he was a prophet when Adam was between the clay and the mud. Bain al-ma'i wa al-tin, water and mud. So the prophet is a prophet. Allah chose this individual to be his ambassador on the earth. And that's why you see that they are chosen before. In Allah astafa Adam, to the end of the ayah. So Allah astafa, Allah would choose, would select those individuals. So, and the same applies to Ahl Bayt alayhim salam. Allah selects the khulafa. Inni ja'alun fil ardi khalifa. I choose the khalifa, not the human being.
Okay, questions are coming in now, Sheikhna. From YouTube, which is better to perform multiple numbers of rak'ah or performing the salah, making it longer?
It depends on the situation. Sometimes you have iftar time and you have people waiting for the iftar, for example. So you pray quickly in the jama'ah.
Yes,
you have
yes.
kids crying.
Yeah.
And that's what the Prophet ﷺ did when there were kids crying in his mosque.
Yeah.
In the woman's side, he would fasten, hasten his salah.
Yeah.
So it depends. Sometimes it's good if you're alone to prolong your salah, 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Yes. From YouTube, is it wajib to pray on a... Oh. Okay. I think they tried to write turba, but it says turban. Is it wajib to pray on a turba or any natural resource?
When you start with the turba, of course, جُعِلَتْ لِيَ الْأَرْض مَسْجِدًا وَطَهُورًا. The prophetic hadith that the earth is pure for prostration and to make the purity of tayammum and so forth.
Yes.
So you start with the earth, ard. If not, then you go to other substances which are not edible or you can't wear them.
Nice. Sheikh, now we have a phone call. Inshallah, we'll be able to help our viewers. Assalamu alaikum. Are you there?
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu wa rahmatullah.
Fantastic. You are live on Ahkam SOS. Please, your question for the Sheikh.
اسمي سعد عبد الله الموسوي وأنا عندي سؤال.
أهلا وسهلا.
إن شاء الله. تفضل.
الله يحفظك. السؤال شنو أحسن أعمال وذكر أقول قبل النوم؟
Okay, he's asking for أحسنتم بارك الله فيكم. Asking for which أعمال are the best for
the night
before one sleeps. أعمال كثيرة. يعني you can start with reciting سورة قل هو الله أحد every 3 times, for example. 3 مرات. سورة الإخلاص والتوحيد. You can recite أدعية before that. The best source, أحسن مصدر, to go back to مفاتيح الجنان, where you find the أعمال of before sleeping. And one of them is actually to recite Surah Al-Ikhlas 3 times.
Fair.
With the reward mentioned, of course.
Nice.
So, yeah, it depends really. You have Surah Qur'aniyya to recite, Ad'iyah to recite before sleeping. All mentioned in the books of the Ad'iyah, inshallah.
Ahsant. From WhatsApp, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. Do women have to pay fidya for the missed fast due to the monthly cycle, as well as make up the missed fast after Ramadan? So they have to do a qadha, and do they have to pay fidya as well, or just the qadha?
It's just the qadha, inshallah.
Inshallah. From WhatsApp, Assalamu alaikum. Can a Muslim pray for a non-Muslim after their death? If yes, then what is the surah repentance ayah, Surah Tawbah number 9, verse 113 relate to?
To pray for somebody who died as non-Muslim?
Yeah.
Why should we pray for him? There's no point.
Fair.
He died with a different belief.
Do you want the thingy, the ayah, Surah Tawbah 1 thing? Let me just quickly grab it for you, Sheikhna. Where's my Quran? It's over here. Surah Tawbah. By the way, the phone lines are open if you'd like to call in, or if you want to send your WhatsApp, the QR code is in the corner there. You can do it that way. And I've just found 113. Bismillah ar-Rahman. Arabic or English, Sheikhna?
Let's see the Arabic first.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. ما كان للنبي والذين آمنوا أن يستغفروا للمشركين ولو كانوا أولي قربى.
Okay,
that's
that's fine.
You know this one.
Of course, istighfar for somebody who died as a mushrik or kafir doesn't make sense. You do istighfar for the mu'min. Istighfar for somebody who passed as a believer, as a mu'min, not as a kafir mushrik like Abu Sufyan or Abu Jahl, and those individuals who passed away as munafiqeen or mushrikeen. Because the Quran says إن المنافقين في الدرك الأسفل, that the munafiqun are in the lowest position in hellfire. Na'udhu billah.
From YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. How are the whispers of shaitan still present in Ramadan when shaitan is said to be locked up?
If you read the rest of the narration, that don't allow them to unlock themselves because of evil acts. So don't commit sins, so they would be unlocked.
Yeah,
unchained, so they come back to you.
My teacher used to say, the shaitan may be locked up, but that doesn't mean you can't go to the shaitan. So don't go visit him in his jail.
And unlock him.
And unlock, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So, from YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. Whenever I go and pray at the mosque, I see others take out their wallets and watches or anything in their pockets off to pray. Can you explain why we take off all items like that, or glasses as well? Sheikh, normally the wallets and so forth is because they're made out of leather. Some will take their belts off, their wallets. Sometimes it's, change and watches and stuff is because of gold, or because they move, it may fall out your pocket. But Sheikh, taking out stuff before you pray.
So you want to feel a bit light. You make like some kind of a ruhi connection with Allah Azza wa Jalla in Salah. You don't have all your money,
materialistic things,
plastic cards and everything, credit cards, debit cards in your pocket. So you want to relax and focus and connect with Allah Azza wa Jalla in Salah. That could be a reason.
From YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. What is the meaning behind seeing the holy shrine of Imam Hussein alayhi salam in your dreams? Okay, just want to put out there, we are not dream interpreters. However, if Sheikh has some knowledge, inshallah, he will explain.
We'll be given the ziyarah, inshallah. We ask Allah Azza wa Jalla the ziyarah to Hussein salamullah alayhi.
Inshallah, for yourselves and for everyone watching, inshallah, we get to go and visit Abu Abdullah Hussein. From WhatsApp, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. What is the minimum amount of time you have to stay at another place to break the fast?
No, you have to break the fast if you go travel anywhere else, but to keep the fast, let's say you want to travel tomorrow morning, you want to go for, let's say, to Umrah, let's say. To keep the fast in your Umrah, let's say in Mecca or Medina, you have to stay 10 days at least. Make intention of staying 10 days in that city. Could be Mecca, Medina, Karbala, Najaf, and you shouldn't travel between the first and the 10th day. So after 10 days you can actually travel. So you have actually completed 10 days of iqama, as they say, iqama. You can pray full. You have to pray full and fast as well as a result. Otherwise, you're musafir. You have to shorten your salah and open your fast.
From WhatsApp, Assalamu alaikum, beloved brother and Sheikh. Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Hope all is well. A question about halal slaughter. Are the hadith known about stunning large animals such as cattle and camels using, for example, plant extract from slaughtering them? Can large animals be slaughtered under anesthesia? Sheikh, I have spoken to people about this, and on Imam Hussein TV we did have some people from, if you remember, HMC.
Yes.
They came and we spoke to them and so forth. The issue was in regards to stunning chicken, because chicken are quite small animals, they don't have much strength. However, by law, in the United Kingdom, by law, every sheep, lamb, cow, beef has to be stunned before they're slaughtered. Now, is there an issue with this, with having the larger animals stunned? And furthermore, can we not just inject them with something and then slaughter them?
As long as the animal is still alive, it doesn't, completely dead, in other words, then stunning, according to some ulama, they would allow it, as long as he's still alive.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. This is from WhatsApp. A family with children fasting, is it better to break the fast or go pray, then break the fast, even when it's hard for the children to wait?
What's mentioned that if there is a banquet ready and the sufra is ready, then you start the iftar first and then you pray later on. Otherwise, if they are all happy, then they can start praying. And I've said to hasten the prayer, to make the salah quicker and faster, just to get to the iftar, inshallah.
Inshallah. Sheikh, we have a phone call. Inshallah, we'll be able to help our viewer. Assalamu alaikum. You're live on Ahkam SOS.
Assalamu alaikum.
Your question, please, for the Sheikh.
What is the difference between the usuli and akhbari?
No problem. Thank you for your question. Sheikh, anything? Any more
I think we've answered this already. That some would, the usuli would believe in the four sources of the tashri', Quran, Sunnah, Hadith, as you said, Ijma' and Aqil. They refuse the Aqil and so forth. So there is a difference, of course, in the two schools.
They mainly akhbaris will mainly rely on Quran and Hadith.
And Hadith, yes.
Okay, so when we have new issues coming forward, which Hadith or Quran does not discuss,
that's the issue.
How do they come up with?
You have to go back to the usuli's job is here is to extract the hukm from the hadith. If there's a conflict between two hadith, ta'arud,
Yes.
then it's a problem. One hadith says the Ahl Kitab are tahir.
Yes.
The other says they are not tahir. How
Yes.
can you give fatwa that they are tahir or not tahir?
Yes.
That's the problem. So you need to work on the chain of the narrators of the Rijal, hadith. All tools required to be used, which other side would not accept it, for example, in some cases. So that's the difference.
Fair. From WhatsApp, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. How can I advise my friend to leave his haram relationship? I've said it's haram and he keeps telling me he's going to marry her. Any advice, Sheikh?
The Quran says, وَمَا عَلَى رَسُولٍ إِلَّا الْبَلَاغِ. The messenger is there to deliver, to deliver the message, the guidance. Of course, many times in detail, بِالَّتِي أَحْسَنُ. That's your duty. If he wants to insist, it's up to him.
Yeah. Just a quick reminder to all the viewers that we are taking in your questions live. If you would like to send in your question, scan the QR code. You've got the phone number right there, the WhatsApp phone number. If you want to, if you're watching on Facebook Live or on YouTube, just put your questions in the comment section. If you want to call in, alhamdulillah, we've had 2 calls already. But if you want to call in, 0203 515 0199 if you are in the UK. If you're outside the UK, you can call in still using the WhatsApp number and you'll get your answers straight away. So, you know, you get the little queue jump if you call in. Otherwise, you've got to wait for all of these lot to finish, inshallah. So, from YouTube, Sheikhna, what are the fada'il of ziyarat Imam Hussein alayhi salam? I'm not sure if it means the ziyarah reciting or ziyarah to actually go and visit.
You have to go back to the book of Kamil Ziyarat. You'll see numerous ahadith with regard in terms of how many mustahab hajj and umrah one will gain as a reward for the Ziyarat al-Hussein salamullah alayh. Umrah wa hajj, more than one, reaching up to maybe 90 in some narration. So it's a great honor for the one who gets the tawfiq to go to Karbala and visit Abu Abdullah Hussein salamullah alayh.
Inshallah. Sheikhna, from YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sayyid Sheikh. Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. I am suffering from insomnia. I take medicines for sleep, but they have side effects. Is there any dua or dhikr from the Ahlul Bayt for cure of sleepiness? I know the best cure for sleepiness and it works every time. Do wudu and pray your qada prayers or your nawafil prayers and watch how tired and how sleepy you feel. But Sheikhna, for those who have trouble sleeping, any amal or any dua or anything that they can recite?
I have the opposite dua.
Oh wow.
If you can't sleep at night, then there's a dua. You recite it and you go to sleep straight away. For those who can't sleep during the night. So the opposite.
What's the dua? Which one?
As a dua for Fatima Zahra alayhi salam about the araq. Dua al-araq li Fatima alayhi salam. Araq.
Okay.
Zahra alayhi salam.
I'll check
That's
that
for the one who
out.
cannot sleep at night. Not the opposite.
From YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna, can I do tayammum with my turba? Depends how much dust you can get off of it.
Tayammum is to be done on the earth in overall, al ard. So turba is something new. We have to check. And the size is small, so
yeah, you need quite a lot.
You have to cover the 2 hand palms.
You need to get dust and stuff, and it's I think it's difficult with the turab that we have at home. From YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. Which will be better if I pray 20 rak'ah salah with short surah or performing 10 to 12 rak'ah with same time for 20 rak'ah salatul layl in the last of the night?
I mean, you stick with what is mentioned in the books of the Ad'iyah. For example, you have Salat al-Layl, 11 rak'ah. You have Salah of each night of the holy month of Ramadan, for example. You have specific Salah for each night separately. So for the first night, specific Salah, second, and so forth. Stick with what is mentioned to get the required reward, inshallah.
From YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. Assalamu alaikum, respected Sheikh and sir. Alaikum salam. Can we enter the bathroom with jewelry, take shower with jewelry with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's name or hizr? What about if we write surahs of Quran on paper and keep them with us?
As long as there's no breach of sanctity to these holy names, so there's no impurities would reach those, let's say, necklace or ring, for example, or that piece of paper. In other words, najasa wouldn't reach that, then it should be fine.
We normally have like a tawiz, so it's very common in the Pakistani community, like a leather pouch. So they would fold up the paper, put it in a leather pouch and sew it. So it's protected. Wherever you go, it's protected. It's not going to get najis or anything like that. Okay, from YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. Is it okay to pray tahajjud the same way of Fajr Salah, but with the intention of tahajjud? Tahajjud is prayed like that, no?
We have Salatul Layl ala kulli hal. You want to name it whatever you want. It's 11 rak'ah, Salatul Layl. 8 rak'ah is, you know, separately, and you have 2 rak'ah of Shafi' and then 1 rak'ah Watr. So that's how it works. You want to call it tahajjud, but it's how it works.
MashaAllah. From WhatsApp, Sheikhna, it's a long one. Assalamu alaikum, may Allah bless you both. If I travel to another city and I have to break my fast, the city I'm traveling to is more than 80 kilometers away. Can I still continue fasting? Of course, I'm going to make up for it after Ramadan. I just don't want to break the cycle. And also another question is it haram to shave one's beard on the jaw and shave the chin or the entire face? Because not everyone is as blessed as Brother Muhsin with my beard. Thank you very much. I do appreciate all those who are fans of my beard. You can follow me on Instagram. I do have a beard. Hashtag superstar beard model. Check it out. I'm there. But yeah, Sheikhna, for those who are traveling to another city 80 kilometers away, can they still continue the fast? Not to break the rhythm of fasting, to honor the sanctity of Ramadan, and then they will do the qada after as well to make up for it because they were traveling.
No, you have 2 options. You either travel in the morning, so you have to break it when you actually traveled a couple hours and arrived at the destination. Then of course you have to break your fast and make up later. But if you travel after Adhan al-Dhuhr, so you pray your Dhuhr Asr in your hometown and you travel, then you can keep your fast and there's no qada for it. So these are only the 2 options available.
Fair. And second question was, is it okay to shave one's beard on the jaws and shave the chin? Because not everyone can grow a beard. So to shave the sides or to shave the chin, or Sheikhna, you've seen it yourself. Not everyone, especially with those who are from the Far East, they can't grow hair on their face. And when they do, strings of hair, sometimes it looks messy, it looks scruffy, it doesn't look like a proper beard. For them, is shaving okay or no? It is strictly forbidden to shave.
I mean, the ulama mentioned that it's forbidden to shave the beard in a clean shape. You can trim it, you know, maybe 3, 4, I don't know, it depends on what country. The measurement of the trimmer they have. So anyhow, to shave it as a clean shave is forbidden in Islam. I think we share this with other non-Shia sects as well, that they have something similar as well. So, no, I mean, you just keep it as it is.
From YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. Can a Muslim pray for a non-Muslim after? Oh, we recited this one. Would you like to do it just in case the brother or sister missed the answer? Praying for non-Muslims after their death.
They died as non-Muslims without the correct aqidah. So, I mean, to do what, for example? To pray for them to go to paradise when they passed away, refusing the true and the haqq belief, for example. We have in the narrations that there are groups of people, yulha anhum, that they will be ignored in the grave. In other words, they will be left till they have judgment. And they are the mustad'afin, as the Quran mentions. Mustad'afin, they are weak individuals. They couldn't understand. The message didn't reach them. They were in Amazon forest, living in Africa, I don't know, Sahara deserts, and so forth. Those who died, you know, without knowing the haqq. They were qasir, not muqassir. Didn't know the haqq. Of course, Allah Azza wa Jalla is just. He wouldn't punish them straight away in the grave. Leave it for the qiyamah, testing them in that day, of course.
Fantastic. Sheikh, I believe we have a phone call. Inshallah, we will be able to get to our viewer and help them with the inquiry. Assalamu alaikum. Are you there?
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
How are you, brother? How's your Ramadan going?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good, not too bad. How is yours? How's your Ramadan?
I cannot complain, alhamdulillah. Here at Imam Hussein TV, you know, we have the team. We have a great technical staff that help us. You know, we're doing really well with our broadcast and so forth. So we do appreciate everyone here and their help. So please, your question for the Sheikh. You're live on Ahkam SOS.
Yes, assalamu alaikum everyone. Basically, I have a question. If I get invited, it's my friend's birthday, and he's a non-practicing, he's not Muslim, and I know there's obviously people from all over the place going to be there from different cultures, different backgrounds, and there's basically people going to be there from who are non-mahram to me. Is it still permissible to go to that party?
Okay. So it's a birthday event, mixed gathering, people from different backgrounds and so forth. I'm gonna Sheikh. Would you like to ask any more questions, or is that enough info?
That's fine.
The Sheikh will answer your question now, inshallah. Thank you very much.
Okay, just before I go, I do want to say on the topic of birthdays, it said Mohsen's birthday today, so happy birthday, said Mohsen. I hope you have a lovely, pleasant day.
Thank you,
you and your whole family.
Thank you very much, Mr. Amir Raza. I do appreciate that. We appreciate all of your help here at Imam Hussein TV3. Thank you.
No worries.
Thank you. Good night. The Fadl Sheikh. Yes, it is my birthday for those of you who don't know, and I've turned 25 again. Thank you.
Happy birthday. Mubarak, inshallah.
Thank you, Sheikh. But please, in regards to birthday parties, mixed gatherings, and so forth.
As long as there's no haram involved in these gatherings, so there's no dance, improper, indecent clothing, dancing.
Yeah.
If there's no haram, you can attend. I mean, we sometimes are called to come to the schools. For example, there's a conference, I don't know, a meeting.
Yes.
You got male, female teachers, parents, male and female, with their youngsters. So as long as you don't commit haram, you can attend. So it depends really how the environment is.
I mean,
sometimes alcohol is served.
Yeah.
So it depends on the environment.
I mean, Sheikh, we've been to birthday gatherings. Sometimes it's restaurants, sometimes they go do activities, bowling. We did once we did an escape room. That was really good. So there's a lot of halal alternatives then to actually have, music and dance and alcohol and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So you can actually have a really, really good time. Sheikh, now we're going to go to a short break. Join us after the break as we continue our discussion here on Ahkam SOS. If you've got a question you'd like to ask, now is the time to send it. It's the best time to send it. The QR code is right there in the corner, the WhatsApp number. If you're watching on Facebook Live or YouTube, just put it in the comment section. Any topic whatsoever, any question. It could be about Ramadan, it could be about Hajj, Quran, it could be about, business transactions, marriage, traveling, food and drink, whatever. Send it in right now and inshallah we'll join you after this break.
I have a question regarding keeping pictures of scholars.
Is it permissible to plant trees by or over
Islam
the
establish based on peace and non-violence?
Is it permissible to collect donations for charity projects from
Is it permitted to consume canned food imported from non-Muslim countries?
Is there an issue for men looking at non-Muslim women?
To have your questions answered live, WhatsApp us on +44 7415 092155.
Imam Hussein TV3 wants to improve their content to ensure that we meet our goal, which is to encourage, inform and educate the Shia around the world about the teachings from the holy household, the Ahlul Bayt. For us to do this, we need your help. Complete our survey and tell us which programs you like, what you like to see more of and what we could do better. The survey takes less than a minute, but you could be within a chance to win a ring made from the marble from the holy shrine of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Imam Hussein TV3, your gateway to Karbala.
What? Okay. Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Ahkam SOS, the show that discusses Islamic duties and practices. The phone lines are open if you want to call in 0203 515 0199, or you can call the WhatsApp number, should be there on the bottom. Or if you're a little bit shy and you just want to send in your question, you can send it via WhatsApp. Or if you're watching on Facebook Live or YouTube, just put it in the comment section and inshallah, the Sheikh and I will be able to discuss and answer your questions. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Assalamu alaikum.
Sheikh, every episode we talk about the mufattirat, is that right?
Mufattirat.
Mufattirat, I'm trying to get this word right. Mufattirat, from the word iftar, mufattirat, those that break or, invalidate the fast and so forth. We've talked about, food and drink. We've talked about other things as well. Is there anything you'd like to add or any topic you want to discuss today on mufattirat?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Yes, indeed. The third one is the marital intercourse between the husband and the wife during the daytime and not nighttime. In the daytime, it's not allowed for the husband and the wife to go into that relationship where there's intercourse and there's the ejaculation and penetration and so forth. So that would cause mufattar, breaks the fast.
does it have to be ejaculation, or is it as soon as you penetrate?
That's it.
Straight away.
That's it. Yeah.
The fast.
That's
I've heard this even before. When you make the niyyah and you've decided I'm going to go forward and do this act, that is when the fast breaks.
I didn't mention the 11th muftar on the first night.
Intention.
That the 11th muftar is when you make an intention to break your fast, to disobey Allah Azza wa Jal. So you go towards the fridge to drink the water, for example, or to eat. Even that intention, 100%, will break your fast. Although you decided to not to do so, you regret it. So you just know.
So if I made the intention, I'm going to break my fast, I want to drink a glass of water, and I'll go towards the sink, and I think, oh no, I've fasted this long, I can handle it, it's okay.
Astaghfirullah, then.
Astaghfirullah, yeah. Is that okay?
It's too late, because you made the decision to break your fast.
There we go.
The intention is to break 100%.
Yes.
And that will break the fast. So you have to make up later.
Ahsantum, Sheikhna. And on that note, Sheikhna, I think we have a phone call. Inshallah, we will be able to go to our viewer. Assalamu alaikum, viewer.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you, sir?
Taqabbal a'malakum, inshallah. You're live on Ahkam SOS. Question, please, for the Sheikh.
I travel regularly to Norway during Shahr Ramadan. And over there, the daytime and the nighttime, there's only a couple of hours between the sunrise and sunset. Apparently, there's a fatwa by Sayyid Sadiq al-Shirazi, which allows you to break your fast accordingly to Islamic countries. I just want to see if you could give us more details on that, Sheikhna.
Inshallah.
No problem, Sayyid. Thank you so much.
I also wanted to wish Sayyid Muhsin a happy birthday. And I love your beard, and I am your biggest fan from 2017 when you first started doing the Ahkam shows.
Thank you very much, Sayyid. And it's a pleasure to have been working with you for so long. Thank you so much, Sheikhna. The fatwa, the famous fatwa by His Eminence, the Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Shirazi, in regards to extended long daylight hours, and also vice versa, very, very short daylight hours in the Ramadan. Could you expand a little bit on this fatwa?
I mean, it's going to take a bit of time because we got more questions coming in. So, briefly, his fatwa, along with other four maraja ulama, also have similar opinion, like Ayatollah Sanad and others, have something similar. It's not only him that in July and August in Europe you have at least 19, 20, 21 hours. Yes, in Iceland we checked, it was 23 hours
daylight
and half, I think. Only 30 minutes was night. You can call it night. You still can see it's like a daylight. But 30 minutes only sunset, sunrise. So in this case, you have to go back to the calendar of one of the Islamic cities, you know, Iraq, Iran, Yemen, Arabia, Kuwait. You can those cities, Mecca, Medina.
The Arabian Peninsula.
Exactly. And then you fast, you start you fast and you open the fast according to that, the hours of that country.
So let's say, because when it was happening in the UK, we always went to Yemen because it had the shortest, it had 14 hours. So you'd start your fast at Fajr time, correct?
Yeah, normally.
And then you'd calculate 14 and a half hours, and then you'd break your fast at
it could be 6 p.m., 7 p.m., it depends. 5:30 p.m. The sun, let's say sunset is 9:30.
Yes.
Let's say, for example. So you got 3 hours and a half difference.
MashaAllah. From YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. Is there a powerful dua for loneliness? Oof. Loneliness is very, very heartbreaking, Sheikhna. We have poets discuss the loneliness of Abu Abdullah Hussein on the plains of Karbala. We have so many du'as about how lonely our 12th Imam is. May Allah hasten his reappearance. Anything to do with loneliness that can help our brothers and sisters out there.
I mean, if you are compelled to be as a alone, let's say in your own flat home, if you're single, then Islam encourages them to get married, for example, to establish a family. Unless the one is in prison, la samahullah, may Allah Azza wa Jal. I think one of the ad'iyah of the month of Ramadan, to release those who are in jail and prison and so forth.
Yes.
فك كل أسير, I think that term. So otherwise Islam encourages for the one to have, not to be alone. It discourages for the one to be alone, eat by himself, sleep by himself, herself. No, try to have others with you as well. Parents, kids, siblings,
neighbors,
spouses. You know, don't be alone at all. It's discouraged.
Fair.
If something happens to you, you fall faint, for example. What's going to happen? Who's going to save you? La samahallah. And I had the story when I back in East London. We had an Iraqi friend, an old man who lived by himself for the whole years.
Wow.
We didn't hear about him for some time, and we discovered that he was dead in his bedroom for 3 days. And how they discovered that he was dead, the neighbors, I'm not going to say this, you know,
it's really sad. It happens. I think it's all of us should take some responsibility, and we should try and, you know, keep an eye on our neighbors, especially those who are alone, because you never know when they may need your help, even when they're alive or if they've passed away. It's really, really sad, the stories that we hear. From YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. Any prayer for eyesight or eye disease? That's a good one, that.
It's very important if you have such ailment and difficulty in seeing, for example, is to recite. You put your both hands or fingers on your eyes after each salah and recite Ayat al-Kursi.
Yes.
Very important.
Wow.
It illuminates your eyes, inshallah. And
I've heard also reading Quran and reciting Quran will help strengthen your eyes.
Exactly. And we have ad'iyah about the eyes as well.
Fantastic. More questions coming in from YouTube. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. What are the advantages of praying Salat al-Layl?
Huge thawab in terms of the rewards and the rizq in this dunya, and enlightens your face. Many rewards mentioned. If you go back to the books of the Ad'iyah Riwayat, you'll find huge rewards. And it was wajib on Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi in his time to pray it every night. Imagine.
From YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, both of you. I am Shia from the Philippines. Assalamu alaikum to all our viewers in the Philippines. Correct me if I'm wrong, but why was Lady Fatima Zahra sallallahu alayha even at the door in the first place instead of Imam Ali alayhi salam? Okay, she's referring to the event of the door. Why was it that Fatima Zahra sallallahu alayha went towards the door? Why didn't Imam Ali go to the door when the crowd, the thugs and so forth, were on the other side?
Number one, to fulfill the hujjah that I am the daughter of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And this is I'm actually defending, number two, defending the imamah, the wilayah of Ali alayhi salam. So to be as a hujjah that there's a woman behind the door. Respect Rasulullah's sanctity, his position, his daughter, that she is the the lady of the man of the world, the lady of light. Respect her at least and go away, get lost from this holy house. Don't do such great misery and criminal act against this holy door. So they refused, subhanallah.
Ahsan, well said. From YouTube, is there any Islamic theory behind angels coming to protect at random times?
There's something mentioned that the malaika would protect the Bani Adam, the insan, until his ajal comes. So they would leave him for his fate, and the one would pass away now naturally. Or
they say there's because they said there's waswas of the shaitan, but there's also waswas of the angels, which encourage you to maybe recite that surah or go visit the graveyard, or to give some charity and so forth. Sometimes you have an inclination, your heart just wants to do something.
Exactly.
There are angels there to help you and so forth. From YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. Why did Imam Hussein gave bay'ah to Muawiyah? Isn't it only given to the Muslims? Okay, I think they're referring to Imam Hassan alayhi salam, because Imam Hussein, I don't think, gave bay'ah to Muawiyah at all. There is this misconception that there was bay'ah given from Imam Hassan to Muawiyah, la'natullah alayh. But Sheikh, can you clarify that?
The famous prophetic hadith by Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam for his two sons, Hassan and Hussein alayhim salam, that Al-Hassan and Al-Hussein imaman, qama aw qa'ada. Hassan and Hussein, both of them are imams, leader of the ummah. Either they rise or they would keep peace, and they wouldn't basically uprise against the tyrant in their time. Okay. So whatever happened, they were ordered to uprise when it's needed. Otherwise, they have to keep calm and quiet as Imam Sadiq did, salamullah alayhi. He did not prize. He used the ilm, he spread the ilm of ulum ala Muhammad salamullah alayhi ajma'een. Likewise, Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam, and so forth. So if they see the situation is ready, then they would uprise. Otherwise, and we had narrations with regard.
See, there's this understanding. They think that Imam Ali alayhi salam gave bay'ah to Abu Bakr. They think that Imam Hassan gave bay'ah to Muawiyah. Did they give bay'ah, or is it more they surrendered their power, or they surrendered the authority, and they were like, you do what you want with it, I'm not getting involved, I need to preserve Islam and look after my Shia?
If there was a bay'ah, then Imam Ali alayhi salam, he gave bay'ah forcibly. They took his hand.
And like you said, if there was.
Forcibly.
If there was.
If there was, it was forcibly, they took the bay'ah from the Imam alayhi salam. Imam al-Hassan used his ceasefire with Muawiyah. Hudna. The word hudna is mentioned, ceasefire.
Yes.
So they were compelled to stop the war and continue their life with the Muslims in the mosque and teach the ummah ulum ala Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There's no choice. You can't. The tyrant has all the power and all the the strength and the army against few mu'mineen around the Imam alayhi salam, like Imam Hussein alayhi salam, in which his own commanders betrayed Imam al-Hassan alayhi salam.
Yes, they attacked him.
Muawiyah bought them with 1 million dirham. Imagine. Ubaydullah ibn Abbas, one of the commanders.
Yeah.
He was bought by the Muawiyah himself, and all the Imam's army scattered as a result. So you see, they were forced to basically announce ceasefire and hudna and to stop the uprising and the war. Unlike Imam Hussein alayhi salam, alhamdulillah, in which he uprised against the dhulm because he, number one, received supporters, at least 72. And Imam Ali, how many he had? When he told his ashab, go and come back next day, next morning, early morning, shaved heads with your sword. Only 4 came? 3, 4? You can't fight a whole army in hundreds and thousands with 4 people. And Allah Azza wa Jal created this world to be natural, not with the miracles. Imam Ali can do ishara, bi'idnillah, as Isa did bi'idnillah, and destroy the whole army.
That's the other thing. A lot of people will say, oh, if that was the case, then why did Imam Ali uprise? Surely he's the Imam, he's the lion of Asadullah and so forth. And sometimes people forget that, okay, if Imam Ali was to do and take Islam back with bloodshed, then surely Imam Hussein would have done it also in Karbala. But by staying silent and by doing things according to the laws of this world, they expose the tyrants, the dictators, the unjust and so forth. It's not a case of them trying to destroy an enemy. It's a case of trying to expose who the real enemies are so that we as the people can see who the real enemies are. And inshallah we can see the corruption and also the injustice that is going on. From YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. Is it okay to do wudu over a scab?
What's that, sorry? A
scab. Okay, so Sheikh, have you noticed sometimes when we get a cut or something and graze, then you have the skin starts to grow back and it's thick. There's like a thick scab, they call it. And if you peel it, then you can see the.
If it's part of your skin, then you have to leave it and do wudu on it. That's fine. Unless it's peeled, then just remove it. Otherwise, it's part of your skin, of your body.
From YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. Is it okay to recite the same surah after Al-Fatiha in the prayer, or do I need to say a different one? Okay, good question. So I'm praying my salah. I recited Surah Fatiha. Second surah now. Can I recite Surah Fatiha again, or should I recite something different?
You have to recite something different. Seems to be. I haven't heard anyone saying you can recite Fatiha again.
And then Fatiha again.
That's a good question, by the way.
Yeah.
We can forward it to ulama.
Inshallah, we'll find out for you.
Yeah, it's interesting.
But it is recommended in the first rak'ah to recite Surah Al-Qadr. And in the second rak'ah, Surah Tawheed, or Surah Ikhlas. You can recite that. That's what's really recommended highly. From YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. What advice would you give to the youth to stay away from the bad society?
Number one is to listen to your parents' advice. Very important. Listen to the parents' advice. وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. What makes you good is when you're good with your parents. That's number one. Number two, leave the bad friends.
Bad company. Yeah.
Bad company, bad society, evil society. Try to distance yourself and join the good society, good friends.
Yeah.
You can find them, for example, in the mosques, Imam Bargas,
in the library, in the universities.
Yeah, try to
doing
have good friends. And number three, obey Allah Azza wa Jal, taqwa. Do the wajib leave the haram. That's it.
More questions coming in. This one's from WhatsApp. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. My question is related to khums on money invested in shares and stocks. How should I pay khums if the dividend is automatically reinvested? Thanks. Good question. But the answer is very simple as well. Sheikhna, for example, I've asked you this as well. If you have, let's say, gold, and as you are aware, the price of gold goes up. The price goes up, then do I have to pay khums on the increase of price? Now, what this person is asking is, I can't take that money out of the investment. For me to pay the khums on the increase of the item, I have to sell the item to get the money and then pay the increase and so forth. Is that how it works? Or whatever the value has gone up by, I have to find the money from somewhere and pay that khums?
You know, it's very well known by the ulama in their fiqh books that whatever you gain as a surplus and is left over at the end of the year, or as you mentioned, the price goes up and you have something unused. You bought a land or a property you never used and every year is going up. Yes. And you didn't sit in that house and you didn't live on that land and somehow. Of course, the khums would be on the increase of that value of that house or land and so forth. Because you never used it. Yeah, if I use it, khalas, that's it. You don't have to pay khums on it. From WhatsApp, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. My question is regarding praying with eyes closed, as it would help with any distractions around. Any issue with this? Closing your eyes in salah, Sheikhna, makruh, mustahab, mubah? How Ahl Bayt taught us is to open your eyes and look at the position of the muhr, of the turba. This is how we've been taught, not to close your eyes. Fair. Yeah. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. I've decided to migrate out of my country, inshallah. My parents are making me marry, but I'm thinking that if I stay out of my home for many years and my wife stay alone, that will be justice according to Allah. I tried to make them understand that this may violate a girl's right, but my mother is also sick and I'm also not in the position of saying no strongly to them, as there are many duties to partner. Will I be punished for not giving her total of right? You see, you are getting married and not your parents. Yeah, it's your choice. I mean, Sheikhna, we have this issue in our community of forced marriages where, you know, you will do as I say, I am your father, I am your mother. And this is for the sisters as well as the brothers. You know, you are going to go in and do it and so forth. Now, this person here is thinking of moving country just to escape the problem, and then thinking, oh, but what about the female? What am I supposed to do with her? And so forth. What advice can you give? The best thing is to go back to the elderly of the community, somebody who has experience in marital or family relationships and breakups and so forth, to find a solution, to speak to the parents, for example, somebody who's elderly, for example, a Maulana, whoever is able to influence over the parents and to basically take the right decision with this regard and give some kind of freedom to this young man or woman in terms of the choice of marriage. Inshallah, we've got a couple of minutes left. Inshallah. Got 3 questions there, inshallah, as quickly as we can. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. Is it okay to recite Surah Al-Tawheed after Al-Fatiha in the first and second rak'ah, or do I have to recite 2 different surahs in each rak'ah? No, the second surah is optional. You can recite Surah Al-Jum'ah, you can recite Surah Al-Saf, Surah Tabarak, short, long, Surah Al-Kawthar. You can recite the shortest, maybe, surah. But it has to be the complete surah. Please do not pick 3 or 4 lines from the middle. You can't do that. From YouTube, as a revert, my studies led me to reject the hadith as literal and the madhhabis, which are inconsistent with each other. What would you recommend to expand my understanding? Well, you have to, if you want to really study the hadith and ilm al-rijal and all these syllabus, you have to go back to the home of the knowledge, which is Qom or Najaf, you know, the cities in which they teach you the exactly ilm al-hadith of Al Muhammad sallallahu alayhim. You have to find the right teacher, the right syllabus that would suit you with this regard. Final question for this evening, Sheikhna. Assalamu alaikum. I want to ask any advice for the youth to stop them from watching haram. Thank you so much. I mean, the best way, especially in these months, since Rajab till now and to the end of this holy month, I think reminding them for the death, that imagine that you are in your grave, what would be your response to Allah Azza wa Jal in the grave when the Malakan comes and they ask you, do you have an answer? Can you persuade the Malakan that what you did was right?
Mm-hmm.
So imagine that the moment you're inside the grave, in the middle of the night, do you have an answer to Allah Azza wa Jal? Then, inshallah, that would affect.
Thank you very much, Sheikh. And thank you to all of you for joining us on this episode of Ahkam SOS. I've been talking so much, my mouth's getting tired. It's been a long day. But if you have a question you'd like to ask, please send it in via the WhatsApp. QR code is there. You can do it on the WhatsApp number. If we didn't answer your question today, we do apologize. Please join us tomorrow, 8:30 here on Imam Hussein TV3, and ask again. If you want to get a queue jump, just call us and we will answer your question directly if you call in 0235150199. Until then, please remember us in your du'as and your aman, and inshallah may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect you and accept all of your aman. See us tomorrow, 8 p.m. here, 8:30 p.m. here on Imam Hussein TV3. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.
For those interested in an Islamic law book by Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Al-Shirazi, please WhatsApp the Ahkam SOS team at the following number to place your order today: +44 7415 09 2155. The Islamic law book, available exclusively in hard copy, contains religious questions answered by Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Al-Shirazi. Order your hard copy today.
Imam Hussein TV3 wants to improve their content to ensure that we meet our goal, which is to encourage, inform and educate the Shia around the world about the teachings from the holy household, the Ahlul Bayt. For us to do this, we need your help. Complete our survey and tell us
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله